Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's something completely different. I always wanted one of these. So this thing is a printer, but not just any printer. So there's a kind of a meter and 6 different colors of ink. I think you take these out and then put them into new ink or something like that maybe, or you just throw them out and put in a new one. At least I think it's going to work something like that. So this will be the kind of the ink papers. So they go in here, and then see, there will be some mechanics in here that moves this back and forward, and then the meter goes to the correct reading and then dots down the reading in the right color on the paper, and then times goes by, you get different curves. You can have actually up to 6 curves in 6 different colors going on here, and you see here the hours. It goes up to 24 hours and then it starts all over, and probably this will be dates or something like that. So we will have a new date or a new number here, whatever it is, every 24 hours. And yeah, that's kind of how it looks like it works here. So we'll be able to unlock something here and pull out this mechanism to put in new paper. It looks like the case is a little bit loose, so that means it's going to be easy for me to open this. I don't have the manual or the name, number or anything, so I have no clue yet how to power this up. So this is the rear view of the unit. It's actually full of information down here. So I think this is something to do with a calibration sheet or something. Cal divided by la 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 la. Or so it says something about the different resistance or the different millivolts and everything here that goes into the different the 6 inputs. We also know about the 220 volts, and it goes 20 millimeters per hour or something like that. Probably it's going to be this wire that will be mains, but I think I will take out those screws and have a look here. We also got some wires that goes around here and go in here. This is a little bit weird. It looks like this chassis is, I took out those 2 screws and now the chassis is kind of loose. You can lift this up. And also I see a handwritten schematic of the different sensors. How this is mounted, maybe, and I don't know, maybe those are other connectors or other modules. And also say something about you can turn this sheet over and then there will be some more information. And at least we got the input here. So, but how do we know when the time is up and it will do the reading? I have no idea. Ah, it says here. So this is every 20 seconds. It's doing a marking, a reading, yeah? I think this is how it works. So when we power this up, it should run 20 millimeters per hour. This is probably the distance on the paper for 1 hour. This is something we're gonna double check. And then you got this 20 seconds. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'll try and see if I can get deeper into this. I took off the outer shell, and those were just the input wires, and that will be the mains input, as we saw on the back plate with all the indications. Then I took this off, and we got some different, I guess that will be scaling resistors or something like that. I am absolutely clueless what the heck that is. It is very interesting, and all those are probably wired to those inputs, right? Maybe we can take this inner shell off and get down to all the business here. I see a little switch and a fantastic motor with a lot of different, I don't know what the... Aha, so this is probably a rotary switch that connects with this switch the different inputs to the meter, yeah? That is probably what we see here. But I really would like to take this out and have a look. So I finally made it. I was able to take this thing out of the casing. That was really, really difficult. But now we're in, and we can see exactly how it works. There's a lot of really, really cool details. Obviously, I figured this out with the scaling. So all those, that will be scaling for the different ranges. That is absolutely right. And the different outputs of the different inputs of this goes to the selector. And that is definitely that one. And it is, of course, again, geared. So there's the mains motor is also a geared one that is on the bottom here, and that is the output of that one. So if you see this white plastic wheel with a little tap sticking out of it, every time this one goes one round, something happens, and it hits this special wheel and turn these things around. Well, I think it's actually more fun. Let's power this up, and I will show you a lot more when this one is running. But I think it is also important to show all the details with this powered off. See this little thing here on the front is connected to the mains switch. Isn't that just cute? So when this wheels turns around, and this one here is kind of like a charging thing and a release. So you can see what happens when this one spins around, right? So this one is what I would call the hammer. It goes up here. So this one is pulled and then released and then smack all the way. And see here how it goes. I had to remove the cover of the top. This, yeah, of the whole meter unit. That was also a metal shield. I don't know exactly why it's made in 2 layers like this. It's quite special. And this is the 0 adjustment for the meter, and if you pull this you can adjust the meter so it shows something, and this is an advantage for the thing I want to show now. So you can imagine every 1 out of 4 times, right? There's a wheel in here that changes through the different to the different colors, but now it is color 6 that is on the top, and then this hammer here is lifted. Let me hold it here, and then released, bam, and then it hammers on the top of the meter indicator here, and then it goes through the ink tape that's like wet with ink of a I don't know if it's how wet it is really. This is of course old, so I can easily touch this without getting, I don't know, get paint on me. But obviously this would be a little bit wet, not so you get wet or it's like that, but when you hammer here, this meter needle will go down, boing, and it will hit the paper through this different color painted things, right? So this is how you add a little marker on each of the different measurements. So that is exactly how that works. And if we look at the other side here, there's a switch and a release mechanism. This is because, see, if you lift this up, there's a click. There's also one on the other side. You lift up and click, whoopsie daisy, and out falls the paper reel. So then you can change the reel. Now just stick it back in, lift this back up. They made it quite smart here. So it's geared through the same center of the movement joint, so you can just see, roll it back up and then click, and you lock again, and then you'll get power to the motors and stuff again, I guess. And then the paper just goes in here like this. There isn't really anything in here that kind of rolls this paper up, I guess. I don't think it's supposed to be a lot down here. You're supposed to take it out every 3 or 4 days or something like that, right? If I take the paper out here and have a look, we actually see old measurements. So you can see something was changed, and you can really see that the measurements consist of a lot of dots. I don't know how easy that is to get on the video, but yeah, this is definitely dots. And there is 20 millimeters between 1 hour. So this is the speed that it goes. And now I'm going to try and power it up. I need to make a little cable for it, and then we're gonna see how it turns out, if it works. So now I got power connected. It is using only 1.7 watts, so that is not a lot. And now we can see how it selects all the different inputs. You can even see there's a black marker on the spoor gear on the top. So there, I think this is, yeah, this is number 1, exactly. And then it goes like this. And now we are at number 2. We can go out here and have a look what is going on. See, now we are at number 2. And in a few seconds, it is going to number 3. And here is the top view of what is going on. Let's see if we can hold this. It made the dot. Go to the next color, and now it's ready for the next measurement. It is actually that simple. So 20 seconds between each dot times 6 for the 6 colors, and then we go back. It is just a fantastic mechanical solution for a 6-channel recorder unit. I really love it how they made this. All mechanical things. Can you imagine? What would you have done today? Yeah, you would just take an Arduino with 6 analog inputs and put it out on a serial port, and then put it all in Excel the next day. Easy peasy. So in here is just like a copy indicator of the channel selected, of course, on your meter. And it is made really, really cool. So it's made in here. like that. That is really nice.